My name is Giulia Tofana. You probably don't know me or what I did in my life. They don't teach you about women like me in school. Don't want you getting ideas. And even if they did, I would be painted as a witch who committed gendercide for fun. And I mean, that's only partly true. Firstly, although I do appreciate the theatrics of it, I'm not a witch. I'm just a woman who seized an ethically ambiguous opportunity. Secondly, I didn't kill those men, their wives did. The women that they beat, cheated on, and treated like nothing. For generations they get away with it. I challenged that, and made quite a handsome fortune in the process. Can you blame me? And thirdly, while that last part might be a little bit true, it was damn good fun. Rock on, gold dust woman, take this potion, baby, dig his grave.
What? You have no idea what it was like being a woman back then.
Heartless bastard, he hurt you and he'll pay.
We had no power, no rights, nothing but the advantage of being underestimated in every way.
He won't wake up in the morning to see your sunrise or see it go down.
No one expected a woman to be capable of such a thing. I wasn't Italy's first female poisoner, but I was the best.
Just like my mother, I pick my prey and he'll never hurt you again. Never again. But did he make you cry, make you break down, shatter your illusions of love? And is it over now? Do you know how to pick up the pieces and go home?
My childhood was cut short. My father died when I was young, and although he was a drunk who couldn't remember his name most nights, let alone the fact that he had a daughter, it still hurt. My mother, she was my world. She taught me how to read and write and told me stories of a witch who lived by the beach and cursed all the bad men who came to her door, seeking spells for revenge, self-improvement, or involuntary infatuation from some poor young girl. And as much as I would love to believe such a woman exists, it's just a bedtime story. In real life, these men don't get punished, they get rich and they get fat. So I decided to do it myself.
Yes, he made you cry, made you break down, shatter your illusions of love. And is it over now? Do you know how to pick up the pieces and go on? And is it over now? Do you know how to pick up the pieces and go on?
So let's get to it. They say that poison is a woman's weapon. Why is that? Because women are weak? Couldn't possibly kill a man with their bare hands? Women are sneaky, conniving. With poison you don't have to be there to see it take effect. But really I think that's smarter. Men can afford to be sloppy. They will get caught with blood on their hands and let go the next day. Put it up to a fit of passion, more like an overdose of testosterone. No, poisoning is passionate. Planning someone's death, calculating. As long as you do the job right, there's no need to stick around to gloat. At least that's how it was with me. My ex-husband, Ricardo. I became his wife at 13, 3 months after I became an orphan. A good year for me. He was an old family friend and colleague of my mother's. She used to work at the local apothecary to make up for the money that my father pissed away. She used to take me with her to the apothecary. I would sit there in awe as she mixed potions and healed people
They loved her, and so did I. Part of me died when she did. They executed her for the death of my father. Poisoned. I would love to say that she was innocent, wrongly charged, but that would be a lie. She did what she had to do. The only difference between her and I is that I didn't get caught. I had more time to perfect my poison, and I had her recipe to help me. The lessons that I learned from her were more valuable than I could ever have known. But nothing could have prepared me for what was to come. After my mother's death, Ricardo did not hesitate to take me in, sweeping in to save the day, so that I could replace her as his assistant. I didn't complain. I enjoyed working at the apothecary. I felt close to her there. I would pretend she would stand there above me and help me out and watch over me. But she could not prepare me for what was to come. Maybe I looked a little too much like my mother, the woman he lusted over, who always turned him down. So once again, I replaced her, but this time as the object of his desire. At that point, I didn't have any choice but to accept it. Even the law was on his side. Did you know, until 1970, if a woman was raped, her rapist could avoid going to jail if he married the victim? Yeah. She could say no, of course. But what choice did she have? At that point, she was spoiled goods. Ricardo spoiled me, and then married me. All because my mother denied him. So I made him pay. Today is my wedding day. The happiest day of my life. Don't I look beautiful? The most beautiful child bride you've ever seen. Let's get this over and done with then, shall we? Hey little sister, what have you done? Hey little sister, who's the only one? Hey little sister, who's your hero? Hey little sister, who's gonna save you now? Hey little sister, shotgun. It's a nice day to start again. It's a nice day for a white wedding. It's a nice day to start again. Hey little sister, what have you done? Hey little sister, who's the only one you can blame now? I'll be away for so long. They'll put you away for so long. If I can last that long. So start again. Oh, it's a nice day for a white wedding. It's a nice day to start again. I needed him out of my life. How? Divorce was not allowed. The only thing that would dissolve a marriage was a death.
either mine or his. So I guess I did have a choice. Me or him. I'd choose me every single time. I know what I have to do. They call it the Italian divorce. And there's nothing fair in this world, baby. And there's nothing safe in this world for a girl. And there's nothing sure in this world. And there's nothing pure in this world. I want something more than this world. Start again. Oh, it's a nice day for a white wedding. Oh, it's a nice day to start again. So now I'm a widow. Pity. Think what you want of me. It was a kindness. For me, anyway. Would you prefer I lived the rest of my days under his thumb? Be a good, quiet, little obedient wife? No. I refuse to live my life by the mercy of men who view me as nothing more than property. That, and my courses had stopped. I had more than just my own life to think about now. So yes, I killed him. With this. This is my creation. Aqua Tofana. Named after me, of course. I based it off an old recipe I found in one of my mother's journals that she left to me when she died. Right in the back, scribbled, was the recipe for something called the inheritance potion. Turns out, my mother found a way to pick up a few extra florins that my dear drunk father had pissed down the drain. She sold this potion to down-on-their-luck nobles who were hoping to do away with wealth-hoarding relatives to pick up their last will and testament. She did well for herself. But she made mistakes. Too much arsenic can cause a victim to die within a matter of hours. It can get messy and suspicious. The clever thing about my poison is not meant to kill you instantly. Using the perfect combination of arsenic, lead, belladonna, and a few other secret ingredients, it would take 4 doses administered over the course of 2 weeks for the toxic substances to build up and cause your body to shut down, mimicking the symptoms of a typical illness. He never saw it coming. I started dripping it into his wine, 2 doses a week. Between the hangovers, he didn't even notice. I gave him the last dose on our wedding night. It wasn't difficult. He got incomprehensibly drunk, as usual. And as long as the booze went down, so did the poison. Smoothly. I must have messed up the final doses a little, because the plan was that he would gradually get sicker, and it would take a few days to, But it didn't go to plan. You see, at first I thought it wasn't working. I mean, he just seemed like his usual drunken self, and I panicked because we were about to head to our marriage bed. And it's not like he hadn't forced his way there before, but it wasn't exactly on my agenda, wedding night or not. So I quickly proposed a last drink, a toast to our health. Of course, he didn't say no, but whilst pouring the wine, I slipped him his final dose. Maybe I put a bit too much in, by accident, or subconsciously on purpose, because before he had a chance to whip it out, he exploded from both ends and dropped dead. Oops. It wasn't pretty. So I did what any natural person would do. I got the fuck out of there. So I got the hell out of there. Took only what I needed,
and fled for Naples. A fresh start. I had a plan. I would develop and create more Aqua Tofana, disguise it as a lady's perfume, and sell it to women in the same situation that I was. Unhappy, abused, forced into a loveless marriage. I was providing an escape from life in hell, and sometimes saving their lives entirely. You could argue it was the lesser of two evils, but you can argue with yourself. I was doing what needed to be done. I was saving women. I was helping women and providing for my daughter in the process. I became popular pretty quickly. You could say that the loyalty from my customers was unmatched. News of my service was spreading faster than the plague. I should have made coupons. Refer a friend to get it half price. A lady's makeup line was really the perfect ruse. Aqua Tofana, for the woman looking to be single again. It was faultless, and I had great connections in Rome. A corrupt nun who would give me all the arsenic that I needed. I did her a favour. It was one seemingly uneventful day. I went to Rome to collect my supplies as usual. And that was when I met her. Cosima. She played the organ for the church and just happened to be there on the day that I was. She looked at me and I felt fire run through my veins. I don't know how it happened, but before I knew it, I was in her arms. I was mesmerized. She was like magic, with her long dark hair and her soft lips, and those eyes that could paralyze you on sight. I was transformed. Got a black magic woman. I got a black magic woman. I got a black magic woman. Got me so blind I can't see. But she's a black magic woman and she's trying to make the devil out of me. You got your spell on me, baby. You got your spell on me, baby. Yes, you got your spell on me, baby. You're like someone I've always known. Oh, I need you so bad, magic woman. I can't leave you alone. I was addicted immediately. I felt a power imploring me to be with her. She said she felt it too. But she lived so far away, and my life was back in Naples. She begged me to stay, to move in with her. See, I'd told her all about my little business and she was invested immediately. She said I should move it here and she would help me run it. I wanted to, but I'd never considered that before. Moving to Rome. Sure, there were plenty more assholes there, deserving of a taste of their own medicine. With that, more authority and more risk. My desire was driving me crazy, but I didn't want to lose everything that I'd built. She wasn't having any of it. She said, "Don't turn your back on me, baby. Don't turn your back on me, baby. Yes, don't turn your back on me, baby. I ain't messing around just for kicks. You better make up your mind, and baby, you better make it quick." How could I say no? So we did it. I uprooted my life to be with her. We set up a shop for me on the quiet side of the city and started thinking about getting new customers. Everything was going so well. I was so in love. Incredibly, stupidly, pathetically in love for the first time ever. I thought that I was made of gold. I
I'm her black magic woman. I'm her black magic woman. Yes, I'm her black magic woman. I used to be blind, now I see that I'm her black magic woman, and it's all looking up for me. Cosima hadn't been honest with me. She was married to a man, a soldier. He'd been away for a while, and upon his arrival back, was confused to see me in his house. So Cosima told him I was the fucking maid. She told me that it didn't matter. It was just for show, and that she loved me. Stupidly, I believed every word she said. This went on for longer than I care to admit. I didn't see the whole time she was using me. Whether it was for the money, the power, or she just enjoyed it. Killing. Serving up those monsters their karma. To a certain extent, I did too. But it had always been about doing what was right. I mean, these women were desperate. They had nowhere else to turn. And they needed us. I tried to remind her, you have to get to know the woman before you sell to them. Anyone could be a rat. But you have to take care to ensure that they are sincere. They have just as much to lose as we do. But she didn't care. She didn't care. She wanted to keep going, making more, selling more. She was constantly unsatisfied, and it was always my fault. She told me I wasn't doing enough. I wasn't helping enough people. Fucking bitch. She didn't care about helping people. Finally, I had had enough. I told her I want you out of the business and I want you out of my life. She didn't take it well. Threatened to sell me out, but I called her bluff. She had too much to lose. She wouldn't do it. So she lied to her husband, told him that I had been stealing from them. He kicked us out onto the street. I can still see the pair of them stood there glaring at us. My blood was boiling. I just wanted to tell him everything, out her for the fucking liar that she is. But I couldn't. I couldn't risk it. I would be crucified. Every finger in the room is pointing at me. I want to spit in their faces, but I get afraid what that could bring. I've got a bowling ball in my stomach, got a desert in my mouth. Figures that my courage would choose to sell out now. I've been looking for a savior in these dirty streets, looking for a savior beneath these dirty sheets. I've been raising out my hands, drive another nail in, just what God needs. One more victim. Why do we crucify ourselves every day? I crucify myself, 'cause nothing I do is good enough for you. I crucify myself every day. I crucify myself, but my heart is sick of being, I said my heart is sick of being in chains. Oh, chains. Oh, I gotta stop myself from begging for love. I gotta stop this suffering and climb down from that cross. I know I'm talking to myself. Will you ever learn? You're just an empty cage, girl, if you kill the bird. I've been looking for
savior in these dirty streets. Looking for a savior beneath these dirty sheets. I've been raising out my hands. I'll drive another lane. I got enough guilt to start my own religion. Why do we crucify ourselves every day? I crucify myself, 'cause nothing I do is good enough for you. I crucify myself every day. I crucify myself. My heart is sick of being, I said my heart is sick of being chains. Whoa, chains. Every day. It didn't matter. None of it mattered. Everything was falling apart around me. Some girl that Cosima had sold to. She poisoned her husband's soup and at the last minute panicked and stopped him from eating it. He got suspicious. They tortured it out of her. And she gave my name. Some of my loyal customers warned me of what was happening, and I went into hiding. Here, to this convent. I claimed sanctuary. I was under the protection of God now. The only man I've actually trusted. And even he has his moments. I would have been fine. But then a rumour started going around that I had poisoned the town's waters. And the church washed their hands of me. She didn't control me anymore, and she still found ways to hurt me. Typical. They'll be coming for me soon. And these walls won't stop them. I'm out of time. They've come. They've taken my daughter. My friends have turned on me. No doubt to save themselves. I cannot blame them for that. They would be tortured, beaten, starved for my actions. But nothing is new. We have been punished and hurt our whole lives by our husbands and by every man who sat by and let the system that they built slowly kill us. But as much as they try, they don't see. You cannot kill us all. We are like the sickness that you saw on the horizon, the reaper at your bedside. We are a fever running through your system. We will destroy it, and we will build a new world for our children in the ashes. There is nowhere to run. We are everywhere. We're in your homes, in your bed. So you better write your will. Weep and wait for us to bestow mercy upon you. But when have you ever paid us such kindness? lies. Unaware they're tearing me asunder. There is aching in our hearts. Is there so much hate for the ones we love? Tell me our lives matter, don't they? You and me. Until we're free, we'll never be happy. Come on, angel. Come on, darling. Let me share my final moment now. Come on, angel. Come on, darling. Let me take their ignorance.
Our mother's wicked daughters, and we will not be silenced. We will howl and shriek till our message is heard. I know that in the real story they caught me, tortured me, made me tell them everything. But this time, I'm going out on my own terms. Drink up, my darlings, and remember, do not be fearful, be fearless, be feared. And if I only could, I'd make a deal with God, and I'd get him to swap our places. Then you might know, then you might see why I made history.